Martin Popowicz joins me now on Your Sport Swindon. Martin, thanks for joining us. We're up here at training at Swindon Rugby Club, and we're just days away now from the start of the new season. An exciting time.
Yeah, it is. We've got Grove away on the first game of the season. That'll be a fairly tough game away to them. They're usually a consistent team that will give us a hard game, but we're possibly looking to get a win there. It'll be tough, but if we go there with the right attitude, the mental hardness that we need in to get a result, then I think we can do it. But it'll be tough. Then we got Marlow at home, which on paper should be a lot easier, but it's so important to get a really strong start at the beginning of any season. We didn't. We beat Grove at the beginning of last season, but then we had a run of games of losses up to Christmas, and it looked like we were in trouble. And then we basically turned around second half of the season, won 11 out of 12 games, which would have been promotion type rugby, consistency. If we hadn't had such a bad start, then we would have been looking to, be in the top 3 or top 4 at least. We ended up 7th, which weren't too bad from the poor start that we had at the beginning. So we need to improve on that this year, and that's the most important thing. Let's get a result at Grove, then one at home to Marlow. Then we can look forward from that, because we've got then Old Pats and Old Saints, which are two really strong Gloucester teams who were National 3 a couple of seasons ago. So there's going to be some tough games coming up, but they're all tough. But it's just how we perform. We have got a couple of players missing, but that happens all the time. So it's having a good squad to deal with that. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Obviously, a changing coach this year. Obviously, Sean Lynn stepped down and Mike Panaho's come in. Obviously, we knew about the change. It was all planned from last season, wasn't it? But what's Mike specifically going to bring to the table?
Mike plays a variation of rugby that Sean probably didn't play. Sean was more structured in the way that he coached the team and what he wanted from the team. It was pretty laid down. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to achieve. Mike's approach is quite different. He puts more responsibility on the players to look for their own strengths and how they want to play the game. Basically, obviously there is structure, but he encourages more sort of flair from the players if that's what they want to play, or if they want to play a tighter game, then he'll encourage that. So he gives them a bit more freedom. But it's good. I mean, we've had a couple of good games so far, pre-season. The boys seem to be responding to that freedom a little bit more. There's a couple of areas where we possibly need to be a bit tighter, but that's just getting the mix. But yeah, the guys really seem to be enjoying it. So not that they didn't enjoy it with Sean, but it's just a little bit different way of doing things than Sean did. So which obviously we expect with a new coach coming in. Although we did know Mike previously, he spent a year with us, but he was predominantly doing the forward. So he's got his own, sort of freedom now to do what he wants as head coach, which he's doing. So it's good. Yeah.
And there's a few new faces in the squad, and also a few new old faces, I suppose, in the squad, like your Jack Badmintons and people like that. So good to welcome people like that back.
Oh yeah, I mean they're quality players. Jack's been out with work and a couple of injuries over the last year or so. Dave Cox, pretty much the same. Cameron's come in from Chippenham. He's one of the old players. He's not old, but he's one of the players that used to play down there. There's that age group. They're about 27, 28. There's about 5 or 6 of them that have come back into the fold, and they've brought that a little bit of extra experience in, because we've got a reasonably youngish team. So and it's been really good. I mean, Jack and Cameron are the 2 centres at the moment. Coxey's playing second row. Sort of, we've a new guy, Matt, who's come in, Australian lad, has come in at second row. It's some good stuff, yeah. I mean, we had a few long-term injuries as well last year with Fitchett, who's a quality player, and he also went off travelling to Australia, and he's back this year. So yeah, some good stuff.
Tim Berry returning as well, I believe.
I think he's due back after Christmas, so which will be a big boost for us. He's a quality player, and also we got a new lad, Italian lad, Andrea, who played sort of the last 4 or 5 games. Very good player at scrum half, so we'll be sport for choice. He's up in Scotland at the moment with work. But he's back after Christmas as well, so we're going to have 2 quality scrum halves coming back at the same time, so that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But yes, it's looking okay.
Do you feel like you've got real kind of depth across the club this year?
Yeah, I mean, we've always had depth. Last year, I don't like talking about injuries, but we had a bad run of injuries last year, and we had lots of players out. So a lot of the players stepped up from the twos. And some of them struggled a little bit at first, but then once they settled into the game, into the way that we play, because it is completely different, the step up is huge. And you usually get some of the second team players will come up, play one game, play really, really well, and then come the next game, if they're playing 2 or 3 games, that's when it starts to show that keeping that consistency is really, really hard in the first team rugby, because it's hard rugby. But we persevered with a few of them, and they sort of played regular first team rugby for quite a few months, and that strength's there. And they're probably, some of them are back in the twos now, but our strength, it just shows us we have got a strong club. First, second, thirds. We've got Colts who are sort of coming up to the age of 18 as well, so some of them are stepping in to the senior teams when they haven't got Colts game. So it looks pretty good.
And you've got a vets team this year as well. Are you going to make an appearance there?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think I will. I played a long time. I played till I was 48, and the body's it's had enough. It told me no more. So we've got lots of vets, a lot of players who've not playing any more, but we've got so much interest in the vets, so I thought, well, I'll sit down with Lowy, the RDO. We sat down at a couple of meetings. I said I was really keen on getting a North Wilts vets team, pool of teams together. So we had a couple of meetings, then we had a meeting in our hall, put on free curry and a few free pints, so that encouraged them to turn up, and had a good one-to-one with all the guys, and we got 8 fixtures already for next season, so looks good. And having some of the players that you don't see very often at the moment coming down and playing vets, it might encourage them to come down a little bit more, so it's good for the whole club, really.